space. Been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday.
Hi, it's Ruby. Today we're heading to Portland, Oregon, and we're checking out the Club Wyndham that is located right on the waterfront in downtown Portland. This resort is located in what they're calling the historical waterfront district, and it's right on the Willamette River. A couple things to note: if you're driving in, there is no on-site parking. You can valet your car, but it is $45 a day. A way to offset that cost is to sign up for one of their presentations. They will give you a credit towards your parking fee, but we'll get into some of those benefits later in the video as well. This resort features 1 to 2 bedroom suites and presidential suites, as well as studio units. When you walk into the resort, you're gonna notice that it has very chic and historical accent pieces, I'll say. Specifically the ceiling. The ceiling looks like it is something that they took from maybe the early 1900s and painted it and redid it. It's a really pretty piece, which is in the lobby area, and the lobby has really high ceilings. I was impressed by that because sometimes I think that resorts will save space with having lower ceilings so they can have more units, but not only our room, which was a 1-bedroom presidential, but the lobby itself had really high ceilings, lots of windows, and a lot of things to look at and enjoy when you're waiting to check in, or if you just want to be outside of your room for a little bit of time. Check-in was really easy, pretty quick. They went over the incidentals. You have to put down a $250 hold in case there's something going on, even if you're staying as a timeshare guest. And also I mentioned the cost of parking, which I didn't love. And then right next to the lobby area is the check-in desk for if you're going to do a presentation later. They usually send you that way as like a check-in for the concierge and to talk about what's in the area. There's a lot of local food and restaurants that are within walking distance. I would definitely check that out, but keep in mind that there is some streets that are a little bit shady. I'm not gonna pretend like there isn't, so just be aware of when you're walking and where you're walking, and keep that in mind if you are traveling really anywhere, not just Portland. But Portland is a really beautiful city. I like to let people know that when they're thinking about what they're gonna do, where they're gonna go. In the lobby area, you're going to notice that there's a marketplace right there, so if you need any last minute incidentals, you can get it there. I will note that I did look it up, and you can book this through Airbnb. I've been saying that in a lot of my videos because people ask about that a lot. So while this is a timeshare property, you can book it through Airbnb, but because it is a timeshare property, there's a lot of things that are included already and are free. For example, coffee and tea, laundry detergent, and soap and things like that, some seasoning packets as well, so keep that in mind. But if you need something, there's a marketplace right next to the front desk. I also really liked that they have a food donation center there, because sometimes people will bring in canned foods and they won't eat it, and you know, maybe you're flying out and you can't take it back, so it is really great that they have a donation center right there so you can donate some of the food that you didn't eat. If you move further into the lobby, you're gonna notice that there are some games that you're able to play while you're waiting. I believe it's shuffleboard, but I really do like having that extra piece. Not only is there TVs so that you can watch TV, but there's games in case maybe you just wanna distract yourself or you're going with children, and there's also plenty of seating. There's also an ATM right around the corner. You kind of have to look for it, but there is an ATM right there in case you need to grab some cash really quickly. The owner's lounge is also on the first floor, and if you do end up doing the presentation, you're actually going to go around the building on the back side. You're not going to be able to go through the lobby area, but I will show you our experience later in the video. So we're gonna head right upstairs and hit up our 1-bedroom presidential suite. I really liked the suite. It was kind of unique. I was comparing it to our Austin video, and I'll drop a link there if you can check that out as well. But when you come into the unit, you're gonna notice again the very tall ceilings. There's gonna be a full kitchen to your left, and to your right is gonna be the entrance to the bathroom, as well as the door to the laundry area. So let's talk about the kitchen first. I want to note that if you do not know what kind of whatever kitchen setup you're expecting, make sure you look on the website, because although it's a timeshare property, some of them do not have full kitchens. For example, the studios, I didn't notice that it had a stove or a oven, so keep that in mind. This unit was a presidential, so it did have the full kitchen, and we love that because the whole idea of a timeshare is it's like you're going somewhere else, but you get to have all the amenities that you would have at your home, and you definitely had that here. The kitchen was very sleek. There was really nice appliances. You're gonna have your coffee maker, your tea there. You're gonna have that as complimentary. If you need any more, just call down. There's also gonna be your standard dishware, such as plates, silverware, cups, including wine glasses, glass bowls, some things to cook with, like a frying pan. You're gonna also have like a blender and just like other amenities and other things in the kitchen that really make you feel like you're having a stay at your extended home away from home. Something that I liked about the kitchen as well is there's an island right in the middle, and it had some bar chairs right next to it. So it was kind of nice if you have like friends coming over and maybe you're serving food or you're just hanging out. I loved that like island kind of in the middle, and then I also liked that the kitchen was positioned more to the left, and when you came in it was like a pretty big walkway leading you to the living room area. The living room area is a place where you can also sleep. So this unit sleeps about 4 people. The couch is a pull-out bed, and there's gonna be all of the blankets and things that you need in the closet. If you need additional blankets, you can call down. They're super helpful with that kind of stuff. But it was really spacious, and I always like to note how much closet space or drawer space is available, and there was some drawer space available in the living room itself. There's a really big dresser that the TV's on. I don't know if I'd call it a dresser because it didn't look like that, but you could open that up and there was a lot of drawer space there. So if you were staying, you could put your clothes in the drawer, and then right next to the living room is a closet that has the broom and ironing board, and you could put your suitcase in there as well.
Waiting another year and it's too late, but that's not true. It's not strange to quit another job.
This is the Pacific Northwest, even though it's Portland, Oregon. I think a lot of people think of the Pacific Northwest as Seattle, but Oregon does count as the Northwest. And I did like that the color palette was soft and there was wood accents throughout the unit. On the ceiling, there was actually beams that looked really nice, and I think added to that softer Northwest look.
So if you're down, I'll be down. Pack your bags, fill them up. We can go tonight. Take a
I mention this every video, but if you're planning to cook, bring your own seasoning, okay? There's gonna be some seasoning available, but always bring butter and oil if you need to do things, and foil. That's another one that people forget about, but you could probably just hit up the grocery store. Like I said, this is right in the city, but leading up to the city, if you're driving in or even coming from the airport, there's plenty of places that you can go. And there's a Costco not too far from Portland. Right next to the entryway into the unit and next to the kitchen as well as the bathroom. You can enter the bathroom through the hallway or through the bedroom. I did like that the bathroom again had the tall ceiling and the double sinks. I love double sinks, especially if I'm traveling with my family. It just really is nice to have whatever space. And there was plenty of storage room underneath the sink for any toiletries that you're bringing. The toiletries, like shampoo and conditioner and soap that they provided, were basic. I'm a big fan of getting local products when you're staying at timeshare, but that doesn't always happen unless you're going to like Hawaii or something like that. So they do have like conditioner and soap and all of that standard stuff you see in a hotel room. And I did like that the bathroom seemed pretty updated. Beautiful lights and they're like bulb lights over the sink, and then I did like the backsplash in the sink and then also the countertop. No bathtub in this bathroom, but that's okay. We had the nice shower, and it is not a private toilet. So again, if you're traveling with multiple people, you have to keep that in mind, that the toilet isn't separate from the rest of the bathroom. Moving from the bathroom into the bedroom. So in the bedroom, you'll find a king bed. And I really liked the soft shift in the color palette again in the bedroom. It looked a little bit more dark and moody to me, even though, you know, there was light pieces, the wall was light and everything, but I really did like the transition into the room. I don't know why I kind of expected a bathtub in the room, because I think the last couple timeshares I've stayed out had a bathtub in the bedroom itself, but they didn't have that. It was just a closet, a nice big closet there where you could store all your things, and then you're gonna have the king bed there with the nice accent piece behind the bed, and then the 2 side tables. So again, his and hers if you need to put stuff, or if you're traveling with whoever, if you need to put your things next to the bed. And then I'm a big fan of the additional lighting next to the bed, so if one of you is sleeping and the other one's awake, you can turn that light on and maybe read or whatever else, and it just kind of gives you a sense of independence even when you're traveling in a group. Both of the TVs had the smart TV feature, so you could like plug in a Fire Stick. That's one of my pro tips. If you are traveling, always bring your Fire Stick if you want to make your streaming services available to you, and also check on the Wi-Fi situation. We were able to get Wi-Fi because we were, but if you are traveling, you might want to call ahead and ask about the Wi-Fi. Also, there's various views, so if there's a specific view you're wanting, like the waterfront or maybe a view of the city, again, call ahead probably the morning of and then the week of to tell them what you prefer. Overall, I really did like the room. I thought it was really cute. It had a unique twist to it. It didn't look like a standard timeshare as far as the layout, and it was spacious, and I felt like it was enough space for 4 people. Now moving right along to the common areas in this hotel. So this hotel does have a fitness center as well as a, I don't know, like a patio terrace area, and I enjoyed both of them. So the fitness center was pretty standard. You had some weight equipment in there as well as some cardio equipment. It wasn't super big, but also wasn't small, and it wasn't busy when I went either. So if you want to catch a quick workout or lift or something like that, you have that option. But again, you're on the waterfront, so if you time it right, it might be nice just to run outside. Just keep in mind where you are and where you're going in your surroundings.
Now I long for another day where things.
Another common space here was a community kitchen. Now this is different. I guess that if you're staying and your unit doesn't have a full kitchen, like maybe if there's hotel units available, you could come down here and you could cook things. So that was really cool. And then they had a lot of extra amenities that you could call to the front desk if you needed it. But there was cups in there and a toaster and a lot of other things that you need for cooking. So definitely look on the website and call ahead. I remember one time when we went to a timeshare in New Orleans, there was no stove, but they were able to give us like a hot plate, and we were able to fry our food or cook whatever food we were making. So yeah, just call ahead and see depending on what your needs are, and they could probably provide it. Now, since we talked about community as well, there is a community laundry center. So that implies that not all of the units have laundry facilities in them. And I just love that. And it was free, it didn't cost any additional money, and we were able to get laundry detergent from the front desk for free.
Now I long for another day where things.
Now the terrace that I mentioned is not quite a rooftop. It's a patio area that's between the buildings, but I really liked it. There you can find a fire pit and a lot of seating if you want to sit out and just enjoy the summertime, or maybe in the winter if you turn on the heat lamps and you want to hang out. It's really nice. And then there's also some barbecues there if, again, you went to Costco and grabbed some food and you're gonna grill it. I really did like this space. It did give me a very grown-up vibe to it, and I did enjoy. Last but not least, you guys always ask me about the owner update or the timeshare presentation that, you know, they'll give you a gift card or something. So we did end up doing it, and I did really enjoy getting an update at this location, but I also want to note that they have the best breakfast. So before, like years ago, they used to do like a nice little continental breakfast if you did the timeshare presentation, and then it kind of shifted to like maybe some coffee and tea and some bags of chips. But this location literally had breakfast burritos, and it was locally purchased. It was so good, and I have not had a breakfast that good at a timeshare presentation in so long, so kudos to you, Portland, because that definitely put me in a good mood as I was listening to the presentation. I did learn a lot at the update. So yeah, if you don't want to pay for the parking and you want to get that offset, then this is an option for you to do that. And it took about an hour and a half. So just to kind of talk about Portland itself and some of the things that we didn't do this trip, but we've been to Portland a couple times. So number one, if you're going in the summer, you can rent boats and you can go boating on some of the rivers over there, and that's actually really fun. I highly recommend that. They have a captain and they'll drive you around, but it's affordable and it's really cute. So that's one that I would say try to do. There's also a really great zoo. So if you like the zoo or if you're traveling with children, there's a really nice zoo there. Highly recommend the Portland Zoo. Portland also is a kind of a middle ground. It's not in the middle of Oregon, but it's kind of a middle ground to where you're almost to Washington and you're also going to like the Oregon coast and stuff like that. There's just so much to do in Portland, and it is really fun. It's very well known for its food and its local food specifically. So make sure you research that, because there's plenty of brunch spots and unique twists on common foods. I definitely recommend, if you're a foodie, Portland should be on your list of places to go. And I really did like the Club Wyndham. I thought it was really cute and updated. You can also book it through Worldmark. It is a partner property. Keep in mind the point system. Definitely a good place to stay. I would definitely stay there again. Just to be loved. I did love the parking cost, but again, you can offset that with going to the presentation. Alright guys, well that's all I had for you today. I hope you liked our video. If you like our content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram if you want to see what we're up to on a day-to-day basis. We tend to be a little bit more Disney focused there, but you know, YouTube, we try to share everything that we got going on. And yeah, leave me a comment, let me know if you've stayed in Portland before or if there's anything really great in Portland that I missed and you recommend to the audience that they should go visit. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.